Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Podcasting since 2005. You're listening to Gamertag Radio. With your host, podcaster Hall of Famer Danny Pena, the always opinionated Paris Lilly, and from outside of the norm, Peter Toledo. This is Gamertag Radio.
Here we go.
Hi, welcome to Gamertag Radio. You're listening this live from all the way from the Dominican Republic. I'm here in Santo Domingo. Been here for a couple of days now, hanging out with friends and family. Just trying here to start my media tour, the official media tour here in the Dominican Republic. Just meeting, with local podcasters, also radio stations and TV stations that they would like to know more about Gamertag Radio and also The Messengers, a podcast documentary. So I came here to do that and also to network, meet other people from here, besides hanging out with my family and friends and stuff. But it's been amazing. I've been hanging out a lot. I've been actually walking around where I'm at. I'm in the west side of the Dominican Republic, actually Santo Domingo, the west side of the capital. And there's a beautiful, beautiful area. And one thing too, my friend, his name is Alejandro. You're going to hear him later on the show. We met up and he took me to this pretty cool gaming bar here in Dominican Republic. They have a lot of like old school gaming stuff there. And if you want to play like the new stuff like PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and so on, you have to go to like a different VIP area. That's like the new consoles and stuff there. But I noticed there was a lot of like esports teams here. They've been walking around like with their uniforms and everything, and it says like Dominican, the Dominican flag and everything, but they'll have like the name of the team. And they were there at the bar practicing. I think they were doing like PCs, or some of them were even playing like consoles and stuff too. So they'll bring like their controllers, the screens, the TVs and monitors and stuff. They'll play there. And it was very interesting seeing that. Like I haven't been here so long, and I just haven't really been like the last time I came here. I was just like with my family and that's it. But this time I'm just learning more about the country, what's going on with them, and the technology. With the whole internet speed and gaming, and it's been an amazing trip so far. Last night, we recorded a podcast. I got together with a couple of my friends here locally. They're gamers, huge gamers. We got together, and I was just curious about the gaming scene here in Santo Domingo and just the whole island, Dominican Republic. And we talked about a lot of things. We talked about, how hard is it to actually get the consoles here and get buying games and everything. We talked about a lot of those things. And I was also curious because I noticed too that some people over here, they love the indie games, love indie games. They don't even bother to play like the AAA games. It's all about the indies from PC and also consoles. So we talked about that. We talked about the developers here. Are there any gaming developers here? Are they working on any games for the consoles, or is it only for PC and mobile? We had a great conversation. And honestly, I really wanted to do this for a very long time because, it's good to take a break from our area and let's learn about other gamers from other places too. We have a lot of listeners that listen to us from Venezuela, from Mexico, from Brazil, and they have their issues too. There's some games that they love and everything too, but I want to learn more, like how can we as a community make this even better, So one of the conversation we're going to talk about is how, like when they buy a game digitally is very, very difficult. Sometimes maybe because of the region, it won't allow them to purchase that game or download that game, which is kind of odd. But sometimes they have to even create fake accounts in order for them to download a game that is not available here in Dominican Republic. So let's say, for example, they want to download The Witcher. For example, they'll go, they buy it, it's not downloading it, right? Because it says they're from Dominican Republic. But if they purchase the game and they say they're from, let's say, Europe, somewhere in Europe or United States or Canada, it will automatically download the game for them. So we talked about that, and that's kind of that's kind of messed up. I mean, I understand this whole region, the government, everybody has like different laws and stuff. So yeah, it's just very, very interesting conversation, man. So I'm going to play the audio right now. And once we come back, I'm going to tell you more stories of my trip here in Dominican Republic. So enjoy live from Santo Domingo. Check it out.
Send us your feedback or questions. Give us a call at 786-273-7GTR. Email us at fanmail@gamertagradio.com or leave a message on speakpipe.com/gamertagradio.
All right, so I'm live here in Dominican Republic in Santo Domingo. I'm visiting family and friends here, and I have a couple of gaming friends here from Dominican Republic. Mention your name.
My name is Angelica, from here, from the Dominican Republic.
My name is Alejandro Paula, de aquí, from here, Dominican Republic.
My name is Misa Acosta from here, Dominican Republic.
Hola, amigo.
All right, so I'm going to ask them a couple questions about like the gaming scene here, the gaming community in Dominican Republic. And let's start with you. What you could tell us for listeners out there that don't know much about the gaming community here, what you could tell them about it over here?
Well, for those who don't know, if there's a gaming community here in Dominican Republic, there is a really big gaming community here. We are basically like, we have like a couple of years doing a lot of events, gaming related, also comic related. Like we're going into the industry slowly. We also have a smaller community of developers, I must say, or wannabe developers. So it's a pretty much an interesting way for a Caribbean island to get to know or to be known in the world. Like most people don't even know where the island is, and it's very interesting to have the opportunity to talk and to be known to the world, basically.
Alejandro, tell us, you could translate this, right? Tell us about the community here from your point of view in Dominican Republic.
La comunidad dominicana realmente ha tenido un gran crecimiento desde los inicios, pues simple y llanamente, como decía Angelica, el que sea una pequeña isla, a pesar del tiempo, nos hemos podido desarrollar, tener las consolas recién salen, etc.
As my friend was saying, even though we're an island, we are able to get the latest consoles, the latest technology, and be like up to date with the game industry and the community.
Aunque muchas veces estar al día tenga un alto costo por impuestos y todo lo demás, sí nos ha permitido disfrutar, aunque sea unas semanas después de los lanzamientos de nuevas consolas, por ejemplo el Nintendo Switch, la generación actual, Xbox One y PlayStation 4, y así por el estilo. Aunque no todas las plataformas funcionan aquí de manera estable, pues hay que poner nuestra ubicación en Estados Unidos o en otro país, pero sí se nos hace factible o fácil jugar con las comunidades en línea y todo eso.
Even though it's harder for us to get the technology because of taxes or delays on the premieres, to get the consoles, we always get, for example, the Nintendo Switch, we got it a few weeks later after the premiere. We've been able to keep up to date, and share with another community members. One problem that we have is that sometimes, because of the region we're at, we can't be able to play efficiently. So we have to trick the region and put like USA or Europe sometimes, or even Japan, to get the most accurate experience. But we still manage to do that.
For you, what is it that is so like difficult for you to find the games? Because I know you're very involved with the community here, and you always play like the latest games. Is there any other issues of you getting games here in Dominican Republic?
Yo siento que esto está avanzando cada vez más. A principio de año, inclusive, se puede conseguir un juego antes de que salga su lanzamiento. Lo que si nos remontamos 5 o 3 años atrás no se podía. Inclusive, cuando salió una consola nueva, uno tendría que esperar un tiempo bastante largo para poder comprarla. Y últimamente ahora uno adquiere el juego prácticamente hace unos días antes, pues han llegado más tiendas, lo cual se nos facilita un poco. Lo que sí se nos dificulta es el momento de jugar online con una conexión bien estable, porque el internet aquí es un poco fluctuoso. Y se podría decir también que no todos tienen la diversidad de consolas que hay en Estados Unidos. En Estados Unidos hay una gran cantidad de personas que tienen Xbox, gran cantidad de personas que tienen Switch, pero aquí mayormente la de mayor audiencia es PlayStation 4 y un poco PlayStation 3. Así que es un poco difícil encontrar alguna pareja con quien jugar, pero pero todo va mejorando cada vez más.
The way that we get games right now, it's more advanced than it was in the previous years, like 3 or 5 years ago. Because right now we can thanks to even the digital community, we can get games the day of release or the previous days. Maybe we can do a pre-order. But I agree that some consoles we can't get it at the day of release because we're not in the country or in the perfect country to get those releases, and even finding a partner to play with it's hard because the community here is mainly located in the Sony PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3 consoles. Even though we all also have Nintendo fans and Xbox fans, but I can totally say that. Even though there's some problems like the internet connection that it's weird here, we can have fun. Okay, we can have fun in our own way and with our own resources.
One thing I liked about the Xbox press conference at E3, it was very diverse. They showed a lot of games from everywhere, from international. There was a lot of games from like Japan, from Europe. I think there was one developer from Spain and stuff. So is there any developers that are making games here in Dominican Republic too, independently? Or
we actually have a small community of game developers. If I'm not mistaken, there's a Facebook page for that, but it's mainly young people that want to make games with their own resources. Like if I want to build a game, thanks to the internet, I just Google how to make a game and start from there. Me personally, I'm a game developer here, and I have resources because I work in a international independent company. I personally, I don't hang out with the other game developers here, but I know for a fact that there are some young people like 18, even 15 years old making games for fun, and they work with what they have here. Because it's hard to develop games, especially here, since we don't have even a school or some resources or panels or even conferences that helps us like go the right path to get what we want or do what we want to do.
I'm going to ask you another question about this. So what is it that, like, for those that are listening, how they could help to make that easier for you here in Dominican Republic, like to get you more better resources so you can have a better opportunity in the future for you, like if you want to start getting like a job in the industry and stuff?
We would like, as a community of game developers, to have opportunities to learn more. We know that there are some people that out of pure inspiration, they teach other people to some game engines and stuff like that. But we would like to have, I don't know, maybe more panels or maybe someone to guide us, because right now it's pretty limited. You have two types of game developers here in Dominican Republic. The first one is the one that has the funds to go to USA or to Europe to learn how to make games, and the other one doesn't have the funds and just rely on the internet and what they have. So let's say that one of each 20 or 25 of those can go like abroad to study. So we are pretty limited. And there's so many good ideas and so many people and so much talent in here that I'm scared that it will go to waste if we don't like take advantage of it, just because we're in small island with few resources.
All right, let's go back with the gaming community here in Dominican Republic. Is there a lot of events here, a lot of tournaments? Like what is popular here in Santo Domingo and also in the whole island?
Mayormente lo que ahora mismo está siendo más popular viene siendo lo que es los torneos. Aunque anteriormente lo más popular eran los eventos de cosplay y demás, los torneos han ido creciendo, básicamente porque se están implementando un catálogo más grande de videojuegos, dado como es el Call of Duty, FIFA, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Smash Bros. Y entre otros.
Right now, as events related, we're mainly focused on tournaments, such as shooter tournaments like Call of Duty, sports like FIFA. Even the Street Fighter is like a big community here. So we've moved from mainly cosplay community, which is a big community here, to have another community that's the esports. We have a lot of really cool kids that play and win a lot of things here. So, but as video games related, that's like the main focus here, like tournaments and competitions.
One thing I noticed yesterday, Alejandro took me to a gaming bar here, right? And we were sitting down and I noticed that there was a lot of young kids, but they had like uniforms. Like it reminded me of like esports type. Like you could tell it was like a team that maybe they were practicing there at the gaming bar. So how popular is esports here in Dominican Republic?
Actualmente en el país los eSports están creciendo bastante, más en la parte de, por ejemplo, Street Fighter, comunidades de Call of Duty se están uniendo y haciendo torneos internos, algo sencillo, interno. Y prácticamente, incluso reciente, se firmó una compañía Race Nation, Race Nation. Una compañía, Race Nation, firmó al primer dominicano en su equipo, latinoamericano también, dicho sea de paso, como miembro también de su equipo, Street Fighter 5. Y por ahí hay unos cuantos equipos que quieren hacer una federación de eSports. Quieren que los eSports sean reconocidos como un deporte al igual que el fútbol, el voleibol, etc.
Actually, we have a big community of esports. We have lots of teams, mainly in the fighting community and the shooter community. We even have a few teams of Call of Duty, and Rice Nation actually signed the first Dominican to be part of his Latin American team as to be part of the Street Fighter 5 tournaments. That's important. So they even trying to some of these leagues are trying to get the esports, make the esports a valid sport here in Dominican Republic, like any other sport, football, basketball, baseball, so that they can be recognized. Like that will be like the first step for them to get outside, I think. A couple of months ago, we had a competition of NBA 2K17 basketball, and I think we're having another competition of FIFA soccer later this year. They are like established tournaments with prize and places and all.
E3 was a couple weeks ago. I bet everybody got to see the press conferences and everything. So what was it that got your most attention for you? How's the reaction from the crowd here, the community here, about E3 of the three companies, Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft? Who wants to go first?
No por ser un fanático específico de Xbox, pero realmente los videojuegos están a otro nivel que para el país va a ser muchísimo más costoso ser gamer en República Dominicana. El hecho de adquirir una televisión 4K, la consola reciente que salga y como todos los gigabytes que va a pesar un juego, toda esa combinación, hasta la luz, exacto, sí, hasta la luz se va, toda esa combinación va a ser un poco, porque tampoco tanto, un poco más difícil, pues, ser un gamer.
Okay, not to be a fanboy of Xbox, but the video games right now are on another level. It's actually for us, the Dominican community, it's going to be harder for us to get the latest console and even keep up to date with them. Such like we're going to have to get a 4K TV or monitor. We're going to have to get a higher internet speed. The size of the games are going to be bigger. So we're going to get an HD or something. And even the blackouts that we have here are totally, it's a reason, you know, like it's not gonna be harder, like impossible for us, but it's gonna be a little difficult, or maybe we will find a little struggle in the beginning when that era starts. Like I think it starts now it's September, I think, yeah.
Recalcando lo que dijo mi compañero Alejandro Paula, así que se nos dificulta un poco ahora o en el futuro a la hora de actualizarnos un poco con las nuevas consolas que irán surgiendo a medida que va pasando el tiempo. Dígase porque se necesita, además de buenos recursos, dígase como una gran habitación para disfrutar plenamente de lo que es la realidad virtual, de internet perfectamente estable para disfrutar de los nuevos juegos cooperativos y una televisión 4K para disfrutar de los juegos con mayor resolución gráfica.
Agreeing with my partner Alejandro, it's gonna be a little harder for us to get the technologies, such as we're gonna have to get a bigger room or more space to play the VR games. We're gonna have to get a bigger TV and even a really fast internet that's hard to get nowadays here.
No tengo una conferencia preferida, pero sí, porque prácticamente ya todas las conferencias de todas las compañías se están pareciendo un poco igual. Si te sacan un juego, ya puedes esperarlo para el próximo año, y no como es el caso de Bethesda, que si te saca un juego, te puedes sacar ya los trailers y todo el mismo día mañana y puedes jugarlo ya la próxima semana. Pero si podría sacar una favorita.
I don't have a favorite conference because if we think about it, in my opinion, the conferences are pretty much like the same. They present you the game and we normally expect it like the next year. Except Bethesda, that if they release the trailer today or tomorrow, we can expect to play the game a week after or 2 weeks after. But my favorite conference was
Devolver Digital, ya que esta es una conferencia que, además de sacar los juegos que puedes jugar ya en un tiempo, no para el próximo año, pero sí para lo que sí están trabajando, esta es una conferencia que se centró más en la opinión que tenían ellos acerca de las conferencias, dígase Sony y Microsoft y Nintendo, porque sacaron la opinión, la verdad la dijeron a la cara, lo que no muchas conferencias hacen. Prácticamente ellos solamente enseñaron juegos, no hablaron de dinero y así sucesivamente. Esto es muy extenso y no me quiero extender, pero eso sería ya para otro momento.
My favorite conference was the Devolver Digital one, since they actually served as conference that makes serve as a conference that gave opinions of the other conference, sometimes even making fun of them, and they even took the time to talk about the games, leaving the money and the finances, the profits aside. So I don't want to extend that much that subject, but that was my favorite part of the conference.
What about you? I know you've been translating. So
even though I'm a Sony fan, I must admit that my favorite part of the whole conference was the ID Xbox program, since they basically scout for fresh people with really cool ideas and like independent game companies or even one-man idea, and give them the resources and the and the opportunity to take their idea to the next level. That was really interesting to me, and I hope they do things like that on the other years. Like, for example, last year, the thing that I liked the most was the inclusive. For example, last year, Sony released they've been working on it for a lot of years, but they mentioned it, like the feature of inclusive gaming. Like people with disabilities or motor deficiency, they could play the games. And my favorite part of the whole gaming community is that they give people, no matter age, gender, whatever, they give people the opportunity. And for example, like I said before, the ID Xbox was the perfect opportunity to get new people into it.
So I used to live here in the 90s, and the gaming community at that time was pretty big. It was all about Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis at that time. So we were playing a lot of Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, and Donkey Kong Country, a bunch of other games there. Then I left Dominican Republic, and I noticed that the gaming community has been growing even more. What do you guys see 10 years from now in the gaming community here? Do you think it's going to be more developers? Do you think more people are going to be involved with gaming here? Or what is it that you see 10 years from now in Dominican Republic with the gaming community here?
Bueno, el crecimiento que ha tenido la comunidad gamer desde, por así decir un ejemplo, unos 10 años, es que yo veo que más personas como que se le ha despertado esas ganas por adquirir un videojuego. En tiempos pasados, como menciona Dani, conseguir un Super Nintendo, conseguir un Sega, un Nintendo 64, era costoso, incluso hasta para mí en un principio. Y ya como que hoy en día es para la persona mucho más fácil disfrutar de un juego gracias al internet, gracias a los emuladores. No sé si se puede mencionar los emuladores, porque son prácticamente... gracias a los emuladores, a tener una generación antigua y que y que tú puedas adquirir una consola a bajo costo. Y eso, los clubes de Nintendo, por ejemplo, como él mencionaba, existen, pero existen en zonas más de menos recursos. O sea, de que una persona puede ir y pagar y jugar 1 hora, jugar 2 horas, pero sí tienen esas ganas de jugar.
Right now we have more resources than before. For example, 10 years before, we can get the consoles easier because earlier it was more expensive to get them. Even me, it was really expensive to get one. And right now, like as Danny says, the community is growing, and we still have the gaming clubs, so to speak, here. The gaming club it's like a place where you go and pay for play something specific, but we have them in the neighborhoods with low resources, like some kids that they don't have the resources or the funds to get a console. They go to those clubs and they spend whatever money they got on them.
Por ejemplo, en mi parte, la comunidad en 10 años veo, como mencionaba, una federación de eSports establecida. Veo una de las principales compañías, sea Nintendo, sea Sony, sea Xbox, establecidas en el país con su plataforma, ¿cómo se dice? Con su plataforma en el país, instaladas en el país. Veo mayores conferencias, voy a ver cada año un Capcom Pro Tour, voy a ver voy a ver el interés, para que más o menos entienda lo que quiero decir, voy a ver el interés de todas esas compañías que no saben ni dónde está la isla, los veo instalados en el país. O sea, los veo inclinados hacia el país.
Okay. I would hope to see in 10 years the industry is taking more interest in our country. Some companies don't even know where the island is, so I hope to get on the radar and get more competitions, get conference, get even panels, and even visitors from abroad. And I hope to also get a regional platform of gaming so that we don't use the outer platforms.
How about you?
De aquí a 10 años yo lo que puedo visualizar es un mayor crecimiento en lo que a developers dominicanos se refiere. Pues como ha dicho mi compañera aquí, existen algunas compañías que sí hacen el desarrollo de videojuegos, muy pequeña, pero ya en 10 años yo me imagino que esta se irá fortaleciendo cada vez más y más, porque ahora mismo se está implementando más lo que son las clases de cómo desarrollar un videojuego y entre otras cosas.
I hope that in 10 years from now, we get more advanced or we get noticed as game development country, so to speak, or island. Right now, as my partner said, we have a couple of game development companies or small group of people that develops games, but I hope they grow and they help the island to be known to the other companies and countries.
And how about you? Because I know you're you're a gaming developer. So 10 years from now, in the gaming developer scene here in Dominican Republic.
You're asking me a dream, basically.
So what is your dream?
Well, I hope to get the island known. Like, I personally, as I told you earlier, we don't have right now resources to get that, but hopefully in 10 years we do. And in the meanwhile, the most we can do, the people that have the resources are, I don't know, get maybe an internship somewhere or take the inspiration to do those kinds of stuff and just do it. And then come back with the knowledge and just spread it here. Like if I had the opportunity to go abroad and get them as much experience I can, and then come back here to tell my story, inspire people, that would be awesome. Like I can see that in 10 years because we have, like I told you, we have some young people that went abroad or are actually using YouTube to learn. So probably we have some pretty decent game development foundation. Not even in 10 years, even in 3 or 4. Like, technology is super fast right now. So I can see the dream coming true like earlier than the 10 years.
All right, my last question is what is it you guys and girl what is it you gonna play this holiday season? One game that you're gonna play for sure this holiday season. So let's start with Alejandro. Alejandro, what's your game for this holiday?
Una decisión difícil. Holiday season, Xbox One X. Pero me pusieron a probar, Dani me puso a probar un Nintendo Switch y la cosa está complicada, pero muy probable Mario Kart 8 Deluxe en un Nintendo Switch.
Well, holiday season, Xbox One S, it's hard. Since Danny actually let me play his Nintendo Switch, and I think that's what I'm gonna play. Mario Kart 8 and a Nintendo Switch. Like, I'm sorry, I'm an Xbox fan, but...
How about you, man?
Sacando un poco el vicio aquí de Xbox One X y Nintendo Switch, ya yo jugaría más de lo que son los nuevos DLC que se aproximan, tanto el de Battlefield como el de Uncharted 4. Y posiblemente me llegue a inclinar un poco por el Switch, pero ya eso sería con el Mario Odyssey. Así que falta...
I'm thinking about playing the DLCs that are releasing later this year, like the Uncharted 4 one and the Battlefield one. Maybe I get a Nintendo Switch, but that will be later on with Mario Odyssey. So pretty much that's what I'm going to play.
And I know you are a Sony fan, right, Angelica? So I want you to... Is there going to be a game from Sony that you're going to play, or are you going to play something different maybe now?
Okay. I must say that actually not to hate on Sony, but I'm going to take a break from Sony. because to be honest, I'm really expecting, between you and me, I'm really expecting The Last of Us 2. So I want to save my Sony energy to that game. So I'm going to maybe play Destiny 2 with a bunch of friends. And besides that, I'm going to just focus on the indie games and try to dissecate them and break it into pieces and try to get what they're doing in these games. So, because it's an emerging genre. It's really. So I'm going to take a break from Sony, actually.
I just want to say thanks, everyone. It was cool, and it was great having a conversation. And I hope people learn from this, because a lot of us only know stuff about United States and maybe a little bit about Europe and Japan. But I feel bad that they don't know much about other places like Dominican Republic, maybe even Haiti, and other countries, and here in Latin America. So it's pretty cool talking to you guys. So thanks a lot, and until next time, all right?
See you next time.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.
Welcome to Play It, a new podcast network featuring radio and TV personalities talking business, sports, tech, entertainment, and more. Play it at play.it.
Back on the scene.
This is Gamertag Radio. Voicemail at 786-2737-GTR.
All right, that was my friends here, the gaming community here in Dominican Republic. Awesome roundtable discussion about everything. So yeah, it was in Spanish, translated in English, and I wanted to keep the Spanish part there. Previously we interviewed a developer from Cuba. He's actually working on a brand new game, the indie game that's coming out for the PC first, hopefully eventually for consoles. But the interview was really cool. He did it in Spanish, and I had somebody do like a voiceover, like translating his answers. And a couple of people were like, "Man, next time please leave the whole Spanish part, so at least we could learn the words and everything." And that's why I decided to leave it there and have my friend Angelica to translate that in English. So now let's go with our sponsor. With Western Digital, you're now able to get solid state drives and hard drives to fit your unique needs. When you add the superior performance of a WD solid state drive to your PC, you'll get blazing read speed, so you could boost your system quickly or load games and other applications in a snap. Combined with a reliable WD hard drive, you'll get up to 6 terabytes of storage to keep your games library, direct feed video, podcast, and more, all in a single place. And for limited time, Gamertag Radio listeners can get 20% off. Guys, 20% off on WD STDs with coupon code WDGTR. Find out more at WD.com/GTR. That was one of the conversations that we were having here in Dominican Republic. A lot of gamers, they're worried about the whole 4K games coming out in the future, especially with Xbox One and all that. And now with the PC, you need a hard drive, you need extra space. And that's one of the conversations we have. And I think this is like a perfect opportunity. This is a perfect opportunity for you, the listeners, to get more storage. You need more storage if you plan to get all these games that, for 4K, or you plan to edit videos and all that stuff. And actually, when you download Gamertag Radio, you could also have space for that. So go right now, take advantage of this. I know we have our community members that have been taking advantage of this since day one. So once again, this is the coupon code WDGTR. That's WDGTR. And go to WD.com/GTR for more information. All right, the next episode, we're going to also interview a gaming YouTuber from here in Dominican Republic. We're going to talk about, how it is tech and gaming wise from his point of view and everything. So stay tuned. That's coming out this Thursday. And that's about it. Until next time, thanks for listening all the way from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. It's yours, Danny. Until next time, remember, you can check us out. Find us on Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher. Spread the word. Follow us. Review us. Share this content. Let your friends and family know about GTR and tell them how to subscribe. And that's about it. Until next time, we're out. Peace.
Thanks for listening to Gamertag Radio. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Hoy en la red, José Peguero nos presenta a un dominicano que se ha destacado en el mundo gracias a los conocimientos que tiene él sobre los videojuegos.
Se llama Dani Peña y su talento lo ha llevado a trabajar con cadenas como CBS, Discovery Channel, así que vamos a ver su historia. Adelante, José.
Saludos amigos de Noticias y mucho más. Esto es En la Red y hoy tenemos un plato fuerte, una entrevista exclusiva con Dani Peña, un podcaster muy reconocido en los Estados Unidos y que habla sobre temas de videojuegos, que también ha participado en Discovery Channel y que pertenece a la cadena CBS en radio. Dani, ¿cómo te sientes?
Me siento bien. Gracias por invitarme, man.